Hi guys, it's King Billy back with another Idle Heroes video, and in today's video we are going to be looking at the ASPEN rework. So the leak has come out today. It will not be hitting your normal servers on Friday. That will be hitting the TapTap servers, which is the Chinese servers, on Friday. We usually get things a week behind, so we should have that next Friday, okay? But let's have a look at the skills. I must warn you, the skill rework, it looks absolutely sick, and hopefully it'll put them up to God tier. We will see. So let's go through that now and see what you guys think of that. So here we are with the new ASPEN rework skills. Credit must go to Walter from Zeal's Discord for getting this out there and doing the translations and what have you on this, because it does not come out in English when it gets leaked. It gets leaked, as I say, in Chinese for the Chinese TapTap servers. So if you're unfamiliar with the way that these are written, basically anything that has a line through it, of course, that's like the old stat, which is being crossed out, and anything that's in bold, that's the new stats, okay? So very straightforward. Let's get into it. I don't want to make this video mega long. I just want you to briefly go over it and make you aware of what's happening, which may influence your decision to either build an Aspen or think about building an Aspen in the future if you don't already have one, or maybe even building a second Aspen, who knows. All right, so Aspen's active skill used to deal 206% attack, now deals 276% attack, so he's got more attack on the active, and then this is the same, so as well as 20% of enemies' current HP. I noticed that is in capital letters there, but that is not bold, that is not new, that was the way it was already. It's capped at 1500% of Aspen's attack, which is the same as damage towards 4 targets. He has a 50% chance to horrify the targets for 2 rounds, okay? He also gains 1 stack of the shield. Now this is all new here, so if the target has 35% HP or lower remaining, he deals an extra 220% of the total damage dealt, and heals himself for 100% of the damage dealt. So yeah, he's got extra damage on his active, and he's got heals on his active, which he didn't have before as well, okay? So awesome. Now, passive skill 1 is the same as it was before, so that is just the kind of stat buffs. So plus 40% HP, 20% attack, 35% crit, 50% armor break, okay? The next one, the passive skill 2 and 3, I'm going to put them on the screen together because one of them, I think, is the passive skill 3. All the stuff that's crossed out there is kind of moved up into passive skill 2 to a degree, I believe. All right, so that was saying passive skill 3 was saying if the enemy's HP is 35% or lower, deals an extra 220% of total damage dealt and heals self for 100% of damage dealt. Now let's move up above. So if the target has 35%, slightly worded different, has 35% HP or lower remaining, deals an extra 160%, so it's 160% now, not 220% of total damage dealt, and heals self for 100% damage dealt, okay? And actually, sorry, no, that's moved up into the active skill, the 220%, that's actually moved into the active skill, but you also get a lower level of it on the passive skill 2, okay? And just if you didn't know, his shields, you can see at the bottom there, give plus 6% damage reduced and plus 20% control immune. Max stacks at 5, okay? So yeah, passive skill 2, basic attack targets. So this is quite a change. So it used to be 3 random enemies, all right? Now it is the enemy with the lowest HP. Now as far as I can see from the way it's written here, that means it's just going to be hitting 1 enemy now. But I know sometimes the translations aren't always 100% right. I think like when Bell Reigns came out, it kind of said she was just going to have a random attack, but then it also said, sorry, a random heal still, but then it also said it's a small heal. So we'll just go with what it says here, so it may just be the 1 enemy, but instead of dealing 120% attack, it now deals 200% attack, as well as, now this is a bit, I'm not 100% sure how this works, as well as 15% of enemies lost HP as damage. I've never seen, or can't recall seeing things worded like that before, so I don't know if that means of the enemies lost HP from that attack that Aspen puts on them, or if that means 15% of the total HP that enemy has lost. So if you're dealing against the boss, for example, and they've lost like 50% of their current HP or whatever in broken spaces, then like overall from all enemies hitting them, does that mean when this basic attack hits, he's then going to deal like 7.5% of what their total HP is? I'm not really sure. It was just going to be like 15% of whatever damage Aspen just did. Not sure. Time will tell, and that's very interesting, and that makes a big difference if it is of the total HP lost from the enemy. So that could be really interesting. I'm thinking it is 15% of the total lost HP on the enemy, because it's got the caps 1500% of Aspen's attack thing on there, which is generally used to go up against bosses to make sure we're not totally nuking on the bosses. So I think that's what that'll mean. It also has, it used to be a 35% chance to horrify the target for 2 rounds. Now it does a 100% chance to horrify the target for 2 rounds, okay? If the target has 35% HP or lower remaining, deals the extra 160% of total damage dealt and heals self for 100% of damage dealt. So Aspen's doing a lot more healing, alright, a lot more healing. So yeah, it looks awesome. And then the passive skill 3, it used to be that if the enemy's HP was 35% or lower, it dealt the 220% extra of total damage dealt and heals self for 100% of damage dealt. Now, this last passive, because that kind of passive has moved up into the other skill sets. Now, when Aspen deals active or basic skill, he increases self-attack by 15% and crit damage by 15% indefinitely. Now, this wording was in his previous skill set, but it didn't have the word indefinitely in there. And I don't know 100% how that works, if it was indefinitely or if it was just for like a certain number of rounds. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure on that one, so that'll be interesting to see as well. Whenever an enemy gets horrified, Aspen gets a heal equal to 150% of his attack and gains 1 stack of shield as well. Okay, so really with that one, I think, judging by all that, you're going to really want to be building them with attack and probably crit. I mean, at the minute, I've got kind of crit attack stone on him, and that works well. But mine's only 10 star at the minute. I'll be able to get 2 more copies of him out the bag during the next heroic miracle. I'll wait for that time to do that, and then I'll be able to get him up to E3. I mean, you can get your hero up to from 10 star to E3 with only 2 copies, because you need a 9-star food plus a copy of the hero, a 9-star food plus a copy of the hero again to get him to the next level, and then another just a 10-star food, no copy required to get him onto that E3 level. And then to get him up to E5, each level upgrade from there requires a 10-star food plus a hero copy as well. So yeah, that'll come out, as I say, for anyone who's not on the Chinese Tap server, so probably everyone watching this. That'll come out, I would think, next Friday. And your Vors rework's coming out this Friday, but that's, by the looks of the skill set on that, not as much of a big deal. But the Aspen one, it really is, I would say, it really is a big deal. It makes a massive difference. I'll just quickly scroll back to the top, so if you need to have a look and have a go over it again, there's the active skill and passive skill 1. Can you scroll down? Yeah, and passive skill 2. If you need to pause your screens all and have a read over that in your own time. Then there's the passive skill 2 and 3 there. Okay. So yeah, if you've found this video useful, please drop it a like, subscribe and hit the bell for notifications. Obviously, we'll be going over more details on this when it comes out and when it goes live, and having a look at how it goes. But I anticipate this is one of the bigger reworks, one of the better ones. Some of the reworks that come out are just meh, neither here nor there. So yeah, I'm evolving out soon. After this Aspen one, you're also going to have reworks for Michelle and Faith Blade. Once they're done, that's it for now. That's all the reworks they're doing. They've already confirmed that. Also, the Michelle and the Faith Blade ones are getting reskinned as well. Still having new looks, and that's what they did with what was her name? Oh, Karma. Similar to what they did with Karma recently. All right, and what they did with Beard some time back as well. If you played that long. So yeah, that's all the stuff that's coming up regarding the heroes. All right. Drop a comment below as well, please, if you've got a Aspen, or even if you don't, just if you're thinking to build one, and what you think of the rework and how it looks. Personally, I think it looks pretty damn sick. Okay, that's my first impression of it. So thanks for watching again, and take care for now. Bye bye.